Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey. I'm the Resolves, and this is Aetherllama's Kalis deck. So it's been a while since the Bloodrite Kalis has been super playable, but I'm going to enjoy taking this for a spin today, as it is coming to the end of set 3. We're all getting a bit bored, getting ready for set 4. So let's try some old stuff and see if it's still good. So this deck is basically a sacrifice deck that's going to be revolving around either units that come with multiple bodies like the Slumbering or the Grenadin, or just really sort of nuisance units like the Ephemeral Wisp that just comes back every time you hit a power. And of course these units are really good with the Bloodrite Kalis, as you're going to be able to get a really big one, so maybe like a 8-8, 12-12, 20-20, something along those lines. And not only is that able to really put your opponent under a clock, but if you're being beaten down as well, it's just like gain 20, kill one of their units, which is still pretty good most of the time. And because we do have a bunch of units that are multiple bodies, like the Assembly Line and the Torrent Spiders, we've also got the Vault of Praxis here, which is just going to really help us to grind out our opponents. This deck does look quite nice and tuned. There's a couple of nice singletons here, like the Tripwire Grenadin and the devastating Setback, so I can tell that Aetherllama's put some work into this deck. But let's go and take it onto the ladder and see what it's all about. Okay, we're on the draw and we are missing Fire Influence, so I think we'll redraw this because a bunch of our spells we couldn't play anyway because they have required units to be in play already. Or required double influence like the... Okay, well, let's play a Scout first. Slumbering pretty good because this is going to make our Kalis good, as well as being able to have us have these Xenan banners undepleted on time. So it looks like it could very well be against Moment here, so a huge Kalis later on could be pretty good. Oh, there we go. So we've got the Ephemeral Wisp, which is going to be pretty nice as well. But I'll just start off with the Temple Scribe. And if our opponent doesn't just like hailstorm this board, I'll probably just make a Kalis, just start getting in there for 8. And that puts our opponent on a pretty quick clock. Okay, so that was reasonably... That was pretty bad for us, really. But we get us off the 8-8. I should have attacked first, but I just got a little bit excited for myself over the Kalis. So giving up Waha, let them know that the we did miss a few points of damage there. I should have got it for the extra 3 on the side. Well, 4 because we had a frog as well. Well, if our opponent kills us at full life for them, we know where we went wrong. The worst part though, unless our opponent's making like Titans and stuff like that, it's going to be pretty tedious for them to try and come back here. So just slam the vault down. Then, fortunately for us, our opponent doesn't have any sort of flying units in their deck, so the Slimespitter Slug will just be a 6-4. And we get burnt out from 8 here, because that's quite a feat. I suppose we'll just play the 6-4 just to have Lethal in play, but here we are. So because we missed that attack earlier on, we would have had our opponent dead by now. And Equivocate's sort of fine here. Our opponent does still need to be able to deal with the Kalis. Okay. Well, can't kill both of them quite yet. We'll just kill both the Moments. And we'll save this power in hand because then next turn we'll be able to draw a card off the Vault. Our opponent has managed to deal with the Kalis, but we still have Disjunction as a live draw. And there we go. That so failure to attack is really going to bite us now, as it's allowing our opponent to sort of creep back into the game here. Actually, rather than play the Malediction Reader, I might play the Temple Scribe just because it's cheaper. So then... Yes, this will bring back the Wisp, which will draw us a card. Now we've got Double Devour, which should be able to draw us deep enough into being able to find just something to finish our opponent off, even if it's just like a torch. Devour this just to draw some cards. I think I might just play out the Malediction Reader next turn just to try and clock him for 5 in the air. Sadly we don't have any curses because then we could just have a lethal on our hands. But the Equivocator, no thanks. I really like the Ephemeral Wisp. Yeah, let's pick the Reader just as a big buy. We get back the Ephemeral Wisp now. Now if I draw like a Combust, get to kill one of these. Though I think I'll probably save that for next turn. Just let our opponent, if they play a Sandstorm Titan next turn, we get to kill the Titan and then just fly over for the 5 points off the Malediction Reader. Well, opponent liked what they saw. So you keep it on top and then draw it with the Wisdom of the Elders. Yeah, so that's the Sandstorm Titan I was considering. So let's just bin this off. This 2-power hold-up could very well be another Equivocator. So I'll take it for 5 here, and either we win or this is an Equivocate. Is it double torch? Nope. Yeah, so we managed to get there even though there was a bit of misplay where we just got a bit excited with being able to play a Kalis for the first time in a while and didn't attack. But you can see this deck is pretty powerful, it's able to let us get through that. Okay, and for this is actually a redraw because there's no Shadow Influence. This is sort of nice, like a sort of straightforward Grenadin hand here. So give him a nudge, get him to get moving. Okay, so I'm going to lead with the Grenadin here. And the sort of thing with a lot of these sort of sacrifice decks is you can still cobble together some sort of beatdown plan. So even if you don't get everything else working together, you've still got some amount of aggression going on. We're against Feln here, so we're going to have them have live. Whether ourselves is going to actually do something in this matchup, but not too much is just going to kill like Grenadin Jones. I think we'll grab the Devour here. Probably a little bit better than the Slumbering Snow. I think rather than sort of opening ourselves up for a... Okay, so this is great actually. So we get to Crest here, see what's next. Ton of Spiders is probably not very good in this matchup, so I will bottom that. But drawing the Grenadin was pretty great, especially got a 1-cost Devour, because now we get to extend our board, as well as keeping up Devour and still being able to turn it into actual cards. Our opponent does have like a Hailstorm. Really didn't want to just play out the assembler line, because at that point we wouldn't have had anything and we just had 2 spells that require us to have units in play to actually do anything. Right. Yep, you got it. Let's take a look at that influence. So Crest of Vengeance, this is actually JPS. This could very well be something along the lines like a removal pile deck. So we could just have like millions of terrible cards here with all these like Combusts and Devours. But still not going to super extend here. Like 3 powers are a reasonable amount. I mean, they just take the Devour, but then Devour opens up more things for them to take. But yes, this is definitely JPS if they're playing Rain of Frogs. Don't play Rain of Frogs on ladder. Well, they get to take our all the Praxis here, which is going to be pretty gross. Perhaps I should have just left the Devour in hand because we've already used one. But the Stone Cold pick here just has to be about the Praxis, yeah. We'll just play some cards that replace themselves. Okay, so Ephemeral Wisp is... I say Ephemeral Wisp is great, but it does pretty much require something to give it a little bit of power, so we do need like a Kalis. I can see it's very easily just been able to dismantle our opponent if we do find a Kalis here, because I must have like a 10-10 weapon. Well, the Devour could very well be in a display. If it was, don't tell me in the comments. I know people get a little bit excited about that sometimes, but we'll get him for 4. So clock our opponent. We will keep the Xenan banner. Because if we draw a Kalis, it's still lethal, because as well as being able to attack with these dudes here, we get to assembly line and then Kalis just to really give our opponent the business. We're playing a version of this deck with the Brimstone Altar that was pretty good. But you also got to play played some Revenge units in that deck, it was pretty nice. Yeah, so there's a Hailstorm we were sort of concerned about. We're still going to rebuild. I mean, maybe we should have like an Obelisk in this deck or something just to be able to turn this into a threat. But for now, I'm probably going to Devour it at the end of turn. Draw some cards, still have like a full turn clock, which isn't the worst here. Crunch him for free, and hopefully try and find a Kalis so we can just finish him off. More Combust is not quite what we're looking for. We'll play this power out. Just we've already got one to rebuy this if we do find the Kalis. But the onus is still on our opponent to actually kill us. There we go, right on time there, Bloodrite Kalis, good. Yeah, so the Torrent Spiders was actually now be a live draw. I'm gonna hold up the Bloodrite Kalis. Like if we do draw like another assembly line, we'll just get to kill our opponent, which is a pretty nice spot to be because against unitless decks, they're not gonna have any blockers for the Bloodrite Kalis. And the other is solving our opponent. Well, here we go. We've been turned into a frog. So, as much as Rain of Frogs has got us in this matchup, just don't play it on ladder. It's very rarely good. But every time it's good, like whoever's playing it just feels great and they're just like, oh yeah, I can include this in my deck, but it's not good. But we are in the challenge our face portion of the game. Yeah, so if we would have kept that in play, we would have been able to carp right now, but I'm just going to scoop up, going to the next game. Just don't play Rain of Frogs in the main deck and don't play JPS unitless. Okay, well, sadly it's an easy redraw. Just the power's not going to quite work out here. Nah, this is much better. Because the double time that we're going to need later on, as well as everything else being catered for. Grenadin, I'll keep that in the dark. It's usually quite good. For against like a beatdown deck, it's really good. And for against like a control deck, it'll probably get like 6 points damage. So, Legion, not quite sure what this means. Well, Crest first, I'm probably going to play in the Grenadin drones. Legion does tend to have like big fighters in it, so Combust is probably fine here. So this is a deck about strategize, so if we are wrong on our decisions with Scout, then, okay, so it's TJP, so we've got some good targets for the Combust at some point. Now, so we shouldn't have to worry about anything sort of nonsense like, should be any nonsense like Hailstorm in the deck, although some versions do play it. It's just a little bit awkward with a bunch of units actually dying to it. Okay, well this Kalis is going to be really good. Kill this game for 5. And so I've been able to attack for 1 million next turn. We've also got the Kalis back up. Okay, well they've assembled a 3/3, which is not too threatening really. We're just going to attack past it and ignore it. Okay, so a nice cheap Torrent spiders, so we'll get a nice rebuild after this Kalis. But I'm just attacking it, not super concerned about. Our opponent gets to gobble one of our units for sure, but it's only going to take like 6. Definitely on the defensive here, so this guy should be able to do too much. Now, so our opponent is playing like Hailstorm in the main deck for whatever reason, because I suppose the student can get over it. We'll be able to rebuild pretty nice with the Torrent spiders. Oh, what do we get? Yeah, it's Snowslinger. Okay. Okay, so our opponent gets to gain 2 from this attack and kill 2 of our units. I'm not super excited about that. If we do make a Kalis, it's just absolutely huge, and then it'll make our spiders big. So we have 4 spiders, but 12 is probably enough to do the job here. Just kill this. If opponent wants to finest style, that's fine. Still just going to gain them some lives, it's not actually going to kill our thing. Okay, well, they're going to get in for 5. They have like a finest hour. So they have been able to do quite a lot of damage now over those 2 units, but we've just traded so many things just for this Kalis. It's been great. Just Quarry first. Okay, Disjunction is nice. So Disjunction just get us back the Kalis, which is pretty good as well. Don't want to Quarry again? I'm not sure if I do. I do like the idea of just having 4 spiders, but they're not super lethal right now. Yeah, we'll just Quarry. I suppose at this point, I would actually like the Vault, but I think the correct thing is probably just to take the Shell Sigil, but I'm just always going to be greedy and take the actual thing. We're not under too much pressure. Paul's got a 3/3 and 2 cards in hand. We can sort of let them, they can have some time. We'll just be Destructioning back this Kalis anyway. Type was at 14? 12? Okay. Okay, well, I'll just play 12-12. Don't have to sacrifice anything to it. Just kill this Cophon before everyone's able to get some super value. And if probably just keep using stuff like Equivocate and Finest Hour to try and trade cards into our Kalis, then I'm sort of fine with this. I'll probably get to smack it for free, and whatever they got, yep, whatever they got is going to be worse than a Cophon. I know it gets kill this, and we'll take 1 damage, as well as being able to just kill this. I might have like a protect it, but if they do, then yeah, stand together is fine. Guess we're taking 4 then. Next time we're taking 2, but that's also mostly fine because it's not enough to kill our thing unless they play another Finest Hour. But then we're just down to like no cards in hand, and we'll just start taking over these assembly lines. Okay, so still got 4 spiders, but let's kill 2 for. Stand together does kill our weapon, but we also get to kill their thing because we have 12 power. Now if we just assemble line here, just draw a card. Okay, so additional Torrent spiders is great. Okay, yeah, Snowslinger down because the snowball could be useful at some point. Well, got us with the Hero Pacifier, but let's do this Grenadin drone here. Play the banner down, attack him, we'll get him for free no doubt. Well, blocks are 2, but sort of don't mind chucking stuff away. Just keep pushing damage at this point. I'll play the expensive one, because I'd much rather have the cheaper one in hand when I want to be drawing a card off the vault here. Yeah, so opponent's given up. Just be able to have these effectively unblockable units. They will be able to pressure our opponent's life total quite easily. Okay, we're able to play here with a reasonable Kalis and a Disjunction to carry it back, so we'll keep this. If we're against beatdown decks, then this is just an absolute nightmare for him because we get to go Tripwire into assembly line. I might still decide if they're keeping this hand or not. So I give him a prompt. Okay, so we're going to scout here just because it means we'll have the fire influence. And most assembly lines probably great. Doesn't matter what we're against, assembly line usually great. Especially when we've got Kalis in the deck. If they're just like snapping off Plascar Harbingers and Hailstorms like they could very well be in this deck, then maybe it's not quite as exciting. Let's just get a Grenadin down. And hopefully we'll be able to just get an 8/8 Kalis before our opponent's able to wipe the board with a Hailstorm. Okay, so Crest of Wisdom could just be an off-color Crest. I know when I'm playing Fel, I do like doing that sometimes. Though it's a little bit difficult to actually fit them in because you don't want the 12 jewels just for the champion. There's some ace base value, but I'll just play him before we go to combat. Then we get to ace base and space again. Okay, we're going to get to 5 and then we're going to make a Bloodrite Kalis, so that's pretty nice. Would have liked, maybe if I had an underplate power there, that would have been great. But whatever nonsense our opponent's up to here, 8/8 Kalis is probably going to be able to put a stop to it. Yeah, so they're at 10 here, and if they deal with this Kalis, then we do get to rebuild a pretty nice one, and we even get to make it even bigger because we've got another +10/+10 here. But Kalis is, it's been a while. Rats. Our opponent's got nonsense bodies in the way. I was sort of the assumption that this was just going to be lights out, because our opponent's going to be some like unitless control deck, but maybe they're more of like a mid-range deck here. As you've got to be pretty committed to time to actually be playing this unit. Well, let's bop this. I like that underneath card. Well, Vault of Praxis is probably going to help us to just keep pulling ahead, as each one of our units is going to draw us a card. And 1 power, 2 bodies draw a card is delicious. Okay, extract. So is this some sort of like weirdo life gain deck? I don't know. Maybe we've got catchers in there, but they've not much to get to them. Well, let's play the Grenadin on first, draw a card. I'm a little bit concerned about like a Hailstorm or something though, so I don't want to go all in for our assembly line. I'd rather use it next turn just to draw cards. I still have 10 power here, so my opponent does need to actually do something. And there we go. The old Black Sky Harbinger, I'll probably be a bit of a nuisance. We'll play our assembly line out. Okay, so Quarry's nice there. I would like another Quarry, but Vault of Praxis Plow just like shut the door on our opponent. Let's go Vault. Next turn we can still Disjunction plus play Kalis if our opponent doesn't play any threats. Well, extract my 1/1 is, that's fine by me. Maybe this is like a mask deck. Let's play the Vault down. Then each one of our token producers is going to draw us 2 cards, and we should be able to be well ahead of killing our opponent at that point. The point is really managing to keep their head above water here. How many extracts is this? Is this 3 extracts? Well, aggressive life gain. suppose our opponent's in the market for the new Shadow Warp card. It's going to deal 3 or 4 damage to 2 targets, gain some lives. Okay, well, let's draw 2 off the Grenadin. Attacking here, opponent might be incentivized to trade, which would be fine by me. Because then we get to just make a big Bloodrite Kalis. Let's get back our thing. Make a Kalis, which is going to get +8. So we've got 16 power plus a 2/2 flyer, which means we've just got food for this Combust, really. Is this a Disjunction from our opponent? That'd be pretty spicy if it was. They've got some sort of fast effect. Maybe it's just like a lightning strike. Go on, bottom it. You don't want it. Yeah, this really takes me back to the good old days of Bloodrite Kalis and Smuggler Stash. But I want a Quarry. I mean, I'm playing with my food here, but ooh, Disjunction. I'll keep that. So, we'll just Combust and then smash for 16. I wasn't BMing, I was just curious to see where the game would have gone. Okay, well, no units with Vault and Combust is probably not a keepable hand, but we'll redraw this for the last game. So isn't the greatest, but at least we can actually play the Temple Scribe out in a timely manner. Yeah, let's get on board with the Grenadin draw. Get to have something in play. Could very well be against like TJP or something here. Just the Combray banner into just to maybe this actual Combray, but this is looking more like a. Well, this becomes a nuisance. So I'll just Temple Scribe. We can actually use the Ephemeral Wisp with the Combust later on to be a little bit more effective. Yeah, Put might actually just shows a better target as well. I've got like an Unseen Commando then, so I'm happy just to pop that one off instead. But just develop this for now. My opponent wanted to, I mean, they can maybe attack this turn because it gets to become a 4/4, but that's sort of fine. Just gonna kill the Ephemeral Wisp to get it. Yeah, no blocks here. The overall unit's a bit of a nuisance here, so this must actually be an actual just Combray aggro deck rather than like TJP, because usually TJP is just going to play Sveti now over the Copper Hall Elite. We do have like the quad block here. Sort of reasonable annoying if this just becomes a Finer style, so no blocks here. That's sort of suspicious. There's no reason you to make that attack there. Well, let's get back the old Ephemeral Wisp, just give us more attacks here. So opponent does have a fast spell, so it looks like they did have the Finer style there. They do get to make a 5/5, which is fine. We're not really racing that. Well, the Aegis here is going to be a bit of a nuisance. I'll use 2 of our Combust, so I don't think we do have too much interaction aside from that. Obelisk is fine. We can just blow this up whenever we want, which is sort of nice actually. This Grenadin drawn here gets to draw some cards. I'll play the pod, just get the Ephemeral Wisp into play. I don't really need it to draw the cards anymore because I've got the Grenadin drawn in hand. And I think this turn I might just blow this up and block the Wisp just to gain a life, realistically. Okay, so what we bouncing? Got a lot of rubbish targets. Yeah, that's fine. Let's take some less. I'll take 5. Might be on sitting back duty now. Okay, let's Quarry, see if we can find something a little bit spicy. Crest of Impulse, not quite what we're looking for, but it's better than just the basic Shadow Sauce. Crested, get rid of this Slumbering Stone. Put the Ephemeral Wisp down and the Slumbering Stone here. We do lose out on some card draw next turn, but just want to set up like a bunch of blocks here just to save some life and hopefully try and trade off our opponent's board. I think this might not be going too well for the plucky hero. Wow, Crown of the Authority. What's our opponent searching for? I mean, this becomes quite easy blocks because our opponent can't hold anything up. I wonder what they're searching for with this. This is destroy unit charge 7 or more, like Vodacon? Well, teaches me I should have killed the Ephemeral Wisp. Well, I get to draw some cards next turn. Maybe we'll just get to see what our opponent toot as well. Okay, so they already had the Copper Hall and Elite in hand. Must have just drawn this. Combust isn't too great. We'll just play the Slimespitter Slug, just have a big boy just in play. So block this plus with something else. Okay, so Vanquish. Yeah, makes sense. Opponent wouldn't have had any targets with this so far. Yeah, let's just save some lives there. And save some lives here as well. Seems like just additional copies of the Obelisk. Let's play the power, get our Wisps back. So two Wisps is great because now we get to draw 2 cards every time. I feel like Player's going to lose this anyway. We do get to just chump this and not take any damage, that's sort of fine. Play the assembly line out. We've already got ways to draw cards because we've got the power in hand. So actually just get rid of this. I'll probably can put the +1/+1 wherever they want, don't really matter too much. This is effectively the same thing, but it also kills one of their threats as just chump blocking with the Ephemeral Wisp. Yeah, so they're going for the full 5 there. And it looks like everyone just actually didn't have the finest hour at any point when they thought it would have done. I'm sort of scared about what they could tutor for here. But I do want our units to just die here as well, because then it means we get to keep just drawing cards with Granite Waystone. Are they explaining this? So the get unit costs 7 or more. It must be the promo. That makes sense now. Right, okay. Well, we can deal with the promo. Does have endurance, double damage, and all this sort of nonsense, but yeah. Got plenty of ways of getting these units back, and we can also just devour them with the Devours here, which means that we've guaranteed got them in the graveyard, so just really head in the being decked market. So is it the promo? Come on, show me what you got. Oh, Vodacon. Boring. Yeah, Vodacon's pretty sick actually. I was tempted to do a video with that this week. So more vaults. Well, Torrent Spiders is probably enough to do the job here. So 4 + 3 + 3. So we've got 10 there. So play the vault. Play the banner. To draw 3 here. Attack for 2. Then let's make 5 spiders. So we do get to kill the Vodacom. Now opponent has to draw something over the next turn as well. And we get to make some random chump as well afterwards, just to have a chump blocker. So this actually seems really good for us. Let's make a Slumbering Stone as well, just because it's basically free at this point. So let's make a huge Kalis. Get to gain 20 life, which is nice. So we're just going to kill the Vodacon. Play the Grenadin, just been chump duty. Now if we're able to find another Disjunction, they should just be able to finish our opponent off. Yeah, so what I agree there, if someone managed to pull that one out of the bag, that one was a difficult one to navigate. Okay, so Aetherllama has done it again. They've broken the game. This deck was pretty sweet. Definitely quite difficult, and there was a lot of interesting lines of play you could take. But just overall, the power level of Bloodrite Kalis is just really nice. We've got all these multiple bodies to make. So deck sweet, I would recommend giving it a try on the ladder. But that's enough for this week. Thanks for watching. Having that resolves. See you around.